but they're such a rough enemy. In fact, that's kind of this entire game. It's like, this game is, like, when you play, like, Resident Evil 4, like, it's a fun game, but there's so many times when you're just like, oh, it's this part, and you're just like, I just want to stop playing. But, like, this game is also very similar to that, where it's just, like, constantly just, like, testing you over and over. And it's frustrating, but it's also fun.
Well, that's definitely a sign of a good game, of, like, it has such annoying parts, but you still want to play it. Which is definitely Resident Evil 4. Pretty much the entire castle in that game's like, oh god, this part. And yet you still play the damn game.
I swear, like, Resident Evil 4 whenever I play it. Obviously, the castle with Ashley is the worst part of the game, but it's pretty much constant. Just like, oh god, this part.
Nothing personal, kid. I too do this.
I just grew like 2 feet.
I forget, is this Mundus or whatever his name is? Mundus? Come on.
Alright, so this boss you fight a couple times. In fact, most of the bosses you fight a couple times. But this will be the first time that I use the second weapon, which is the fist weapon. So, get to see that.
Yay! Very little, distance, but very strong.
Yeah, and you can charge the strikes. And when you charge the strikes, it takes, like, a lot of damage, if you know what you're doing.
I've heard about you.
I want to see that move every single time. I want to see him.
Come here.
No.
Wah. Come here, kid. Does he try to attack you at all when you're,
Not really. Like, when you get close... Oh, yeah. Come on.
Epic.
Weird. But yeah, you can see that he's kind of just waiting for me to get back up there.
Yeah, I don't know if he would, like, shoot, like, a bunch of, projectiles.
This is over.
Nice.
So you fight, so that enemy is called, his name is, I forget what, this stuff does. I think it's Nello Angelo? No, it's Nero. No, it's Nello Angelo. I forget. Because this game mistranslates it from the original Japanese, and then they keep the name for the rest of the series. It's something like Nello Angelo.
Rip.
But,
He's done. Put a fork in him. What? He got away. Hey. Boss bonus.
Alright. So, this mission, I have to fight some shadows immediusely.
And also it's timed, right?
It's, it's timed by 3 minutes. I was thinking that this is a mission where you lose health. Switching back to this. So, shadows are pretty interesting to me, in the fact that, first of all, they take 1/4 of your health if they ever hit. And this first portion, you can only damage them with guns.
Huh.
So, and in hard mode, of course, they throw 2 at you instead of just 1. Basically, when you see those orbs, you want to turn Devil Trigger immediately. Now, this is the confusing part. So, when these shadows are red, they're technically dead, but if they, like, grab onto you in this, like, death animation, just went for your die first. So it just died right there. But if it grabs you, in the middle of that animation, it will, like, self-destruct and take a lot of damage.
Huh.
So, I'm not exactly sure if actually shooting them matters. It might just be a timer, but it definitely makes me feel good. But when they're on the ground, that's really close.
Damn.
That was so close. So
Would it
many
have killed you?
times. I don't think so. It doesn't take much more than just a regular hit. I would say like 2/3 of a bar. And I definitely had more than 1 bar. But shadows are, I mean, this is most of the game where I think the regular enemies are extremely fun and very challenging. I don't exactly think that the bosses of this game are that fun, although they were obviously designed with different things in mind. Like there's a 1v1 boss who's in Hero, and there's a gun boss, and Phantom is whatever. And then there's kind of like a puzzle boss, but the regular enemy design is so fun, and they all are so deadly in their own way. How did I get A with taking that much damage?
At least with such a short mission, if you had to redo it, it wouldn't be the biggest deal.
Well, I have Yellow Souls, so it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Yellow Souls or Yellow Orbs give you an instant retry with full health and full Devil Trigger, but they decrease your rank by a lot.
Based Scythe, guys.
Yeah, this is the second mandatory fight. Give me that Yellow Soul. Hello?
Wow.
Alright, so the next enemy to appear is another one that, if you're familiar with the original game, do not show up until, like, the end.
This reminds me of the sewers of Resident Evil 4. These electric guys.
Yeah. So these enemies, like, copy Dante, sort of, and also are bad. And they also launch, like, lasers. They don't have a whole lot of health, but they also duplicate if you kind of leave them alone. So one of them can, like, split into 2, and then those 2 can split into 4. So if you don't, like, take them out quickly, they can become extremely annoying, extremely fast.
Pretty interesting enemy. Becomes a bat, splits in half, shoots laser beams.
Yeah. And also, something that I noticed, and I'm pretty sure this is just a limitation of programming or the hardware at the time, is that you'll never notice 2 enemies in an area, like 2 different types of enemies. You'll always see the same enemy, and I definitely think that is some sort of limitation that they were working with when they were programming it. Obviously, they overcame it with later games, but this was a 2001, like, close to launch game. Alright, so another one, but, that was good. That was great.
Well, 2 hits in 1. That's not bad.
too. So it's hard to describe what I'm doing, but you can only dodge to the left and right. So if you hold the same button for dodge is jump. So if you hold back or up, you just jump. So you have to pay attention to where Dante is aiming.
Nice.
You have to pay attention to where Dante's aiming because he auto-aims with the R1 button. So you constantly, because he's flying around you, but you can't even see him. So you have to point where he is and then know when he's going to come out of the walls. So that's why I really don't like death saves. I think for this game, they really don't work good. How is that a miss? Yeah, I'll take it. Freaking 800 orbs. Alright, so this next mission is short but dangerous. You have this item that constantly takes health away. Now,
I remember this.
It's more of a hindrance when you're playing this game the first time, because since this is like New Game Plus, I have almost all the blue orbs, but when you're playing the game, you only have like a half of 1 bar of health. So like, this mission, when you're like that low, like at max you'll have like 1 or 2 health upgrades. So those enemies, those are also another enemy that don't show up until like 2/3 through the game, and they can be very dangerous. I don't actually know if they're weak to fire, but they're ice, so I like the fighting with fire. Plus the gloves are very good for enemies like that. Alright, so these two puppets have shotguns.
Take out the hit scanners first.
I really don't have to do much at this mission, basically. You just have to go back to that room that you found Angelo at. Yeah. Freaking guy had a shotgun too. Mission over. S.
138, baby.
B. I thought I did pretty good.
See, I'd like to see the breakdown, because it's just like S to B seems like so small sometimes. Wait, that said next mission, but it didn't show you like the name of the mission?
Yeah, sometimes it does that, like you'll see it here.
Oh.
So, there's some so if you're going for all the blue orbs, and especially, I haven't really mentioned this, I don't know if I'll actually show any of them, but there's a lot of secret missions in this game that require you to backtrack to very specific locations to kind of activate them. And there's some secret missions that are hidden specifically in between, like, these mission transitions. And a lot of them are out of the way, so that's why I'm kind of not showing them. Also, a lot of them are annoying. But you do the secret missions for blue orb fragments, which is obviously a good thing. Also, this room is really weird. Like, there's nothing in here. This feels like something that was left over, like an asset that they had in the Resident Evil game, and they're just like, put it in here. It's just a room that you see one time. Okay, so this boss is actually really cool. So this is Phantom again, the big lava spider. But there's a gimmick that you can see in the middle of the stage that they pan down, that there's a big glass like panel for there's a room below this, and you can get Phantom to jump, and I think he has to jump on it 5 times to instantly kill him, and it's super cool because I hate this fight. And they kind of show to you because the first thing that Phantom does is that he jumps up and then he lands right on the glass panel, and you can see that it has like a glass, like sound effect, and you can see like the effect, like you saw that. So if you kind of stand behind him, a lot of times he'll do it. Not right now, I can barely see anything. Jump. this is definitely cheesing the boss, but I just put it back there. I mean, they put it in the game. I'm gonna use it. Dude, stop it. Jump. Don't do this. Oh god, he's jumping again. Yeah, buddy!
Boom! That'll do him. He's fine. Nothing wrong.
Also, something that's, I just remember this, and it might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the Japanese version of this game only has English voice acting for whatever reason. I could be completely wrong about that, but I kind of remember that.
I'm his son, Dante. Sweet dreams.
No!
Defeated the Phantom. Incredible power.
On our way. After we pick up all these eggs.
Woo!
Are those auto jumps the long ones?
If you press jump next to a ledge or do a stinger, you usually do that auto jump. And he launches himself pretty far. Alright, so we have the trident. So we're gonna wait. I think there's a yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the
I'm
trident is just, it opens a gate so you can leave the castle. But it's time to...
By the way, I was that face on the wall with the water. Oh! It's me. Just want to let you know that.
Nice.
I'm a fixed camera.
Yeah, and I think the biggest flaw of this game is definitely the fixed camera.
I do miss fixed camera once in a while.
Because fixed camera works with tank controls, like, fine. But in this game, like, you don't have tank controls. Probably not.
Two. What? How many orbs do you have? No.
Alright. So this mission, you originally get the Ifrit gauntlets in it. Or Ifrit? I think it's Ifrit.
I think it's Ifrit.
Yeah. I was trying to think if it was like called Cerberus or something, but I'm pretty sure it's Ifrit. But you have to fight the... there's a boss, I actually forget his name. It's the big bird, Griffin. Or I think it's just called Griffin. So this mission is mostly going out of your way to get the gauntlets and then fighting Griffin. But because you already have the gauntlets, you can do the puzzle to get past the door and then just skip by most of everything. Alright, so this is actually normal to normal mode, seeing these guys for the first time. I don't remember what these are actually called, but these enemies are pretty fun. I mean, all of them are incredibly annoying and hard, but that's okay. So kind of the most annoying thing, I have to light this torch right up here, but because this game kind of has auto-aim for enemies, when I was doing a practice run yesterday, that definitely screwed me. I kept targeting the enemies behind me automatically all the time. And this is normally when you see these, the different puppets, like the more mechanical ones, for the first time. And these guys.
I love the Kino of the fog.
So I always kind of want to be in double trigger when I fight those guys because they can block basically any move, and it seems like it's completely random what they can block. And when they block it, they'll do an automatic like counter move that takes so much damage. And if you're like behind a wall, like it can hit you like 3 times in a row. It takes like seriously like 75% of your health. It's scary.
I can imagine the speedrun of this game is just using that stinger move you just use like every second.
Yeah, I've never actually watched a speedrun of this game. I probably should have to get some ideas. Alright, so we have about 10-15 minutes left, so I'll probably do a mission or 2 more.
Sure.
Call it apart. I was kind of hoping for this to be a 2 sit-downer, but I don't think it's going to be. So that's the boss I was talking about, Griffin, that you originally seen this. But not seeing him today.
Rip.